Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Celestia Radio Podcast. I am your host, Matthias, as is usual, and joining me are my two good friends, Nat and Dalit. How you doing, gents?
G'day, everyone.
Doing good. Doing good.
Oh, I'm doing good, alright. Fucking Monster Hunter Wilds? Hell yeah!
Yep, and there you have it. That's going to be what we're talking about. Not necessarily Monster Hunter Wilds, as is some upcoming games, because we're coming right off the Game Awards, mostly. And there was a lot of really cool games and announced there, and we know that are coming this next year and beyond. And since we're coming into the end of the year, have the Game Awards behind us, I figure let's chat about some games coming up, what we're excited about. Some of those games might be out by the time this episode comes out, but that's irrelevant. We're still talking about them now because they're not out now. And yeah, Monster Hunter Wilds. That's what we're gonna start with because Nat is excited about Monster Hunter Wilds.
Hey, I'm not the only one who's excited for Monster Hunter Wilds. So is Dolan, and so is, everyone.
It's true. I'm very excited.
We didn't really see any gameplay-esque in Monster Hunter because I think the trailer that was shown in the Game Awards was in-game. Obviously a vertical slice. But it was just the very first trailer just saying, hey, this thing exists, get hyped for it.
Yeah, it was a tease for the upcoming game that won't be out for over a year. So, I mean...
That is the word I was looking for, a teaser trailer.
Yeah. Despite all of the channels that you will no doubt see trying to pull all of the information from it, truth is, we have 1 minute and 30 seconds worth of information, and that's it.
From the trailer, we do know that because they did say it, I think it was in an interview afterwards at some point, that this is set in the New World, so this is the spiritual successor to Worlds. So...
yeah, we do know that it takes place in world. I don't really think it took the interview with Tsujimoto. There was enough in the actual trailer. We saw a lot of things that are unique to World. So I think that was the giveaway there. There is plenty to speculate on. We've had a lot of information in World itself for a while that points to what could be coming. But frankly... we have 1 minute and 30 seconds. The game exists, and honestly, that's about all we know. But that's not to say there's nothing to be excited about. I mean, it's another World. World is the best-selling Capcom game. People tend to forget that because it's always said it's the fastest-selling Monster. It's the best-selling Capcom game.
Huh. I actually did not know that.
I also didn't know that.
It's a wild statement when you look at the catalog that Capcom has on offer. That is mental.
I wonder why that is. Is it because it went on to PC? Because Monster Hunter is usually on PlayStation, right? Well, the older ones, the way older ones.
I wouldn't say usually. Monster Hunter has been on a couple of different platforms. It's been on PlayStation
3DS.
At the beginning.
Yeah.
It then went to the PSP.
Oh,
then went
that's
to
right.
the Wii, the DS, the 3DS, and the Switch. But yeah, it didn't have a PC presence. I'm not sure if that's actually the big deal here. I think timing has more to do with it than anything. It didn't I don't think it didn't come out during COVID, but it was the Monster Hunter that was out during COVID, so I'm sure that didn't exactly hurt when everyone was like searching for something to do.
Rise was only on the Switch, I think, during COVID.
Oh god, then never mind, it just wasn't even close.
I think. I'm not 100% on that. Monster Hunter isn't my go-to series. I've always been estranged from the series. So my biggest takeaway from this announcement at the end of the Game Awards was the fact that it was the capstone announcement to the Game Awards. It was the big end-all be-all finisher announcement, which, to me, doesn't mean anything. I was just like, it was kind of a boring note to end on for me. I was just kind of like, oh, okay, cool, I guess. Sure. But I was very happy, very excited for Monster Hunter fans, because I'm friends with several of them, as y'all can tell. I was very happy for Monster Hunter fans that they had come to this point from being a kind of niche game in the West to being so popular and big that it can be this, finishing announcement. So that was really cool to see.
Yeah.
That was fucking awesome, to say the least.
As someone who has been playing Monster Hunter since Portable Second, I still don't think it was the right game to end on. Especially not when we didn't have any information coming from it. The Game Awards probably should have ended on 7
I don't.
because I think that was just going to have the wider. They can show more.
It did win the most anticipated game.
But like that's the thing though. Like we already know that Rebirth is coming out in like at this time of recording, like less than 3 months. Correct?
It's about 2 months exactly, almost.
Oh, 2 months. Yeah. So like I don't know if that should be a capstone. Like, yes, don't get me wrong. Rebirth is very hyped for the release for when it releases and all that. Don't get me wrong. But the fact that we already knew was coming out, I don't know. It should have been the capstone. Maybe it should have. I don't know.
I'm kind of in the middle ground where I'm like, I see Dalet's side of it's obviously the most game people are most excited for. Like I said, it did win that award.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
But I'm also understanding where Nat's coming from because the big final announcement you want to be something a little bit more unexpected, at least. Maybe not necessarily new, but you don't really see it coming. Something to really build hype and bring something. Just surprising and exciting. And while I'm not saying Rebirth wouldn't have been exciting. I don't know. I think, like I said, Monster Hunter is a weird one to end on to me. I'm happy that it's gotten to that point. But I think my biggest reason for maybe thinking maybe that's not the best choice is simply because it's a 2025 release game.
That's the other side that I was
Right,
going to get to. Is like it definitely gets a bunch of points for being in the world scope, right? Because you couldn't do this with Rise.
Oh, God, no.
Rise just isn't going to be as exciting to people. But more importantly, to why I maybe wouldn't have put it on last is because you get a lot of people very excited for a minute and 29 seconds, and then a lot of people deflate when they see 2025.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly right.
That said, I didn't think it was going to be in 2025. I'm not going to like try to say I saw this coming, but I did know that we were going to be waiting for a bit because there was no way Capcom was going to let Monster Hunter kill Dragon's Dogma 2.
Oh god, no.
So they were going to need some pretty substantial breathing room between those games, and Dragon's Dogma comes out in March. So I was expecting end of the year 2024. So now I suspect it'll be very, very early in the year of 2025. I wouldn't be surprised if that ends up being like a February release.
I'm gonna put my guess summer 2025.
Oh, you think so?
Hopefully you don't have to wait till summer.
That's my guess, summer 2025.
It's a safe bet. You're able to sell it to people who are otherwise engaged during the year.
It's a good game to come out during the summer, especially for the younger fans that enjoy it, because summer break.
This is what I was referencing, yeah. You can get more people during
yeah,
summer.
it's, I said it before, I'm not a big Monster Hunter fan. I don't think I've ever actually bought a Monster Hunter game. I may have bought World, I don't remember, but I think it was a gift. And World was the first one I played, but when I played it, all of you guys had already been playing for several weeks and had y'all's groups y'all were playing with, and I just was by myself and
Sure.
didn't really have a lot of fun with it. And I was just like, well, maybe if I were with people, this would be a bit better. I don't know. It's pretty. It's cool. It introduced me to things, and I'm like, okay, I think the game series is cool. I think it's fun. Maybe if I had friends to play with, or my friends weren't preoccupied, I would have enjoyed it more. But then I was gifted Rise with Sunbreak, and I did get to play that with you all, and I had a lot of fun playing that with you all. Not so much that Monster Hunter is one of those series that I'm going to jump up and down for and get when it comes out, like as it is currently. when this game comes out, I'm probably not gonna get it, but maybe when it goes on sale, I'll pick it up and hop in when Dalit does his like fourth run through of Wilds.
I realize I sound like I realize I've come on really hard against Monster Hunter so far. I love it. I've played through World a couple different times. I have thousands of hours in that game just because I enjoy running through it. I have thousands of hours in Portable Third. I'm playing through For You again as we speak because that might be the best Monster Hunter experience of the previous generation.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I genuinely do love this series. I cannot wait for more of it, and World is pretty much where I want to be. So the idea that that Wilds is more of that is only the most exciting thing to me.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll give Worlds a better shot. When if it goes on sale, and get Dalit to do another run through of Worlds and
Well,
with me, so I can try it.
I friggin' will. It's not an issue. It's up there. It's like top 3 favorite series.
at the time of this recording, it is. I've seen a tweet from Monster Hunter saying that this is their lowest, highest.
The deepest cut they've
yes.
had. I think it's
Yes,
selling for
exactly.
$10.
Thank you, Dollar, for voicing my thoughts. But yeah, it is really fucking cheap right now, especially with Worlds and the expansion Iceborne as well.
Oh, yeah. Looking at it, World itself is $10. Iceborne, so the combo is
It's
20. The Master Edition is also 20.
oh well,
so
yeah. Get the Master
interesting.
Edition. Yeah.
Well, holiday season right now. Don't have spare money at the moment.
No, that's understandable. And this is the whole Back to World
Yes.
sale going on. The guys at Capcom were very smart. I don't think that 2025 is something that they just decided they had to delay for. I think this was always a plan. I think they wanted to see Rise to its finish, and then I think they always wanted this Back to World action. I don't know if you all know this, but for like the last half a year, 6 to 8 months, World has had more players on it than
Yeah.
I did know this. You had mentioned this in a call I was sitting in with you at one point to one of our friends. I don't remember who.
Yeah. So I cannot imagine that the devs weren't looking at that and seeing a marketing chance.
Make some extra money, yeah.
Money.
Yeah, resell the game, get
Yep.
people excited, drop wilds, get people doubly excited, and just have people flood back into a game
Yeah.
that they can build muscle memory on for a year.
Now, I'll say it's unlikely that I will pick this game up at launch, regardless of anything. However, if the capstone monster from Sunbreak makes its way into over into
Wilds.
I'd be
God, I
I'd
love
be very
Malzeno.
tempted. Giant vampire dragon, yes please. I'm here for it.
Malzeno is so sick and kind of just proves that Frontier monsters do not need to stay
God,
in
yes.
Frontier. God, it's cool.
Yeah. Just use chill touch on Belzino and it. Boop, bam, damn, it's dead. Bye bye. Also, Dungeons and Dragons a joke.
I'll be interested to see. I'll be interested to see how they deal with the non-story aspect of this game, because the guiding lands were Iceborne, not Base World. The DLC updates, the couple of monsters they brought in after World but before Iceborne, were pretty solid.
Well, you mean like Tigrex and all that and Devil Joe?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
They were good choices. They were big fan favorites.
just
I think,
put them in. Who fucking cares about the story? It's like, yeah, they migrated, or some shit like that. Something's fucking up the migration system, so they came over here. Boom, done. There you go. There's your story. All right, time to farm Tigrex and Devil Joe again for the 12th time.
I feel like there's definitely a sub fan to the Monster Hunters that would very much care about why these creatures are there.
The ecology is a huge part of Monster Hunter. It's even bigger in world and will be in wilds because of the nature of it. They're leaning more into the you're not just a hunter, you're a researcher. You're here to study more than just. Sorry, you're here to do more than just uh, word 2, word 1. You're not just here to hunt monsters, you're here to
Yeah,
study.
you're not here to protect the sea village from the giant sea monster and do underwater combat. That was
Don't
that
get me
was the
started.
third joke.
The amount of people that want underwater to come back, I can't with you guys. I just assume it's people who
I
started
did
with
start with
try,
try. That's the funny
or
thing.
3
3U.
U.
Yeah.
Yeah. I imagine someone who started there and said, like, this is the Monster Hunter thing from my first game. I'd like it back. I don't. I played Lance during Try. I still don't want it back. I had like the best weapon for underwater. Underwater was a mistake. People
I
just want
want
Legaicus
Leggy.
backs, and
Yes,
I understand
I
that
just want
because
Leggy Chris back. That's all I want. I don't care for the underwater system, but I want Leggy Chris back some way, somehow, and because he's a cool sea serpent fight.
yeah, Legaicus is easily one of the best monster designs they've made. It's a giant alligator dragon.
Yeah, it's fucking
That's
awesome.
cool as shit. I love him. I don't want to go underwater again. I don't care how broken he is. I don't care how not designed for the land he is. I don't care how easy a fight Ivory is. Just don't put him in the water. Make it be an easy fight. Tough. We have to deal with it.
Yep.
I'm not dealing with this again. And if I'm made to deal with it, I will bitch and moan the whole time.
Or what you could do and make him just as annoying is make him have like there's an attack where he just like semi floods the field and you just like have a like kind of like mud effect, but like it's with water, like you're just trying to trick through the mud, like your movements all slow.
Don't say that.
No, I will say I just want him back.
Gyarados was such a fucking pain in the ass. Not difficult, again.
No,
I don't enjoy fighting waist deep in water. I don't enjoy fighting 20 leagues under the sea.
We'll say I just looked up what this thing looked like. It looks really cool.
Yeah, he's fucking
so
awesome.
Cool. But yeah, no, I do want that model back. I love Ludroth, and if you can make Ludroth work, you can make Legaicus work.
Yes,
it's
exactly.
Just It's literally the same model, to the point that I think in Rise they gave Ludroth one of Legaicus's moves where he charges and then leaps at you. It's not one of the better moves, but it just proves you can do it.
It's possible. You have the skeleton. It's possible. Just do it. Stop teasing us.
It's a really cool monster. Anyways, yeah, I hope Laggy comes back. I would love to see Malzeno come back. Hear me out. Since we're asking for monsters, I know he just came with Rise, but I would like Gormagala to come back again.
Oh,
I love this monster. I love this monster so much. It's my favorite monster.
I fucking love Gormagala.
Honestly, my favorite monsters are so fucking weird because there's Gormagala, who is like one of the most popular monsters, and my other two favorite monsters are unironically Great Jaggy and Royal Ludroth. Let me have the monster that people also like. Because if you give me one of the other monsters, people are going to be mad at me because they're not very good.
For those who do not know what Gormagala is, and if you played Final Fantasy IV, it's essentially Dark Knight Cecil turns into Paladin Cecil, the monster.
Oh my god, it's death. It is a black dragon. It has a cape, has a cowl.
Oh.
It moves around and it spreads death. It's so edgy.
It's so
edgy. I love my sick boy filled with every disease.
I mean, that sounds kind of
then he sheds his skin, and then he becomes fucking just this golden dragon. It's so awesome.
It becomes a god. By the way, fun trivia. Gormagala is not an elder dragon.
It's not. Yeah, that's true. So that means the content won't go after him. And that as well. Shigaru's different. Shigaru is definitely an elder dragon. Oh yeah.
elder dragons you fight at the end of base rise were kind of cool. I don't remember what they were called.
Who were they again? I forgot. Why am I forgetting?
I can't remember the names.
This-
I'm not into the know with these things. The only monsters whose names I really remember are Tobakadachi, and that's just because I really like Tobakadachi.
You're talking about Ibushi and Narwa. Right?
Yeah, them. Yeah, that sounds right.
I was thinking about Sunbreak, because Sunbreak has, while it's not my favorite Elder Dragon, it's up there. It has Amatsu. Amatsu's great.
I don't think
they did Amatsu.
I don't think I
good.
fought Matsu.
No, Amatsu was in Sunbreak. The two you're talking about are Ibushi and Narwa, and I don't think this is a hot take. I never want to see them again. God, they were shit monsters. I did not like them.
Yeah, they kind of were.
Yeah, you all said that, and I
mean,
can understand the fights weren't really that entertaining. I just liked the design.
It's definitely different compared to the rest.
Yeah, you should look up, and I will show it to you after the call. Amatsumagatsuchi.
That's a mouthful.
Just call her Amatsu.
Hey man, Japanese Monster Hunter.
I mean, I've studied some Eastern cultures and languages, and that, so it's just one of those times when one of the words comes up, and I'm just like, ooh.
Jesus.
Looking at it's one thing, saying it and hearing it, it's just another.
Yeah, and imagine it's me saying it. I must have heard it so many times for me to be able to say it. But yeah, Amatsu was the portable third finale, not the flagship. That was an ogre. So yeah, it was good to see them back. I think Amatsu takes the design of Ibushi and Narwa, and A, doesn't make it upside down, which is immediately better.
Thank God.
B, it's just really nice. It's really nice. It's a dragon. It's a big storm dragon, and I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that like Tobukadachi is the only one I know by name, and that's I really like Tobukadachi, to be fair. And
Toby's pretty cool.
And
I was happy he came back.
And then Malzeno
I love
from
Toby Maguire.
Sunbreak, because giant vampire dragon, right up my alley.
Oh yeah, he's fun.
There was a Monster Hunter monster that I used in D&D. Like I ported its design over in one of my D&D worlds, and that was the...
Not in any world I was a part of. What?
Actually, yes, you just never got to there in that world.
Sad. Sorrow.
It was the like wyvern saber-tooth tiger combo.
Barrioth.
Yeah.
Oh yes, Barrioth.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I really digged its design, and I put it in a couple of my D&D worlds. So it's in Arcadia. Both of you are in a world that it is in.
Oh my God! When are we playing D&D? Get mad?
No.
All right. Well, so that's Monster Hunter Rise. It's a big thing. People are clearly very excited for it, and I'm very happy for Monster Hunter fans. I have an interest. If for some reason it's given to me on day one so I can play with my friends, or if I just have excess money in 2025, maybe I'll hop in with my friends then. And it'll really spin me around to the Monster Hunter thing, because like I have the base interest, but it's not a big deal to me, so we'll see. But
don't you worry, listeners. We'll make him one of us.
One of us.
It takes time and the right monster, but we'll do it.
Oh yeah, it does. That is definitely true. It definitely does take the right monster just to absolutely click with you, and you're like, okay.
I mean,
I
live and breathe by Malzeno, dude. Dragons and vampires are my shtick.
Yeah, but like
Understood.
That's end game, right? I'm talking about like progression, like a Rathian or a Rathalos or like a Barrioth or something like that. Like there will be a progression
that looks so cool.
that will click,
Yeah,
and you'll be like, okay, I'm starting to like this game now.
All right. To your point, Matthew, I will let you move us along. We've been here for a bit.
So this is how we're going to do it. I think we're going to round robin it. So each of us take a turn. And so Nat started us off with Monster Hunter Rise. Della, why don't you take second?
Yep. Well, Wilds. You said Rise.
Sorry.
Wilds.
Yes. It's fine.
They blend together. The names are so ingenious.
Actually true.
MHW2. So yeah, my first game will be Tekken 8. This is a softball that comes out in like a month. I love Tekken. I've been playing Tekken since Tekken 2 was on a demo disc that my uncle brought home after school one
Bro.
day.
Bro,
Man, it
demo
was like
discs.
yeah, it was like Tekken 2 with like 20 other games, I swear.
Oh my
Dude, way to
Oof.
age yourself, man.
No, it's fine. I'm 30. It's fine.
god.
I'm getting to
When's
be
the
a
last
gray
time
hair.
we've played demo disc?
I don't think I've touched a demo disc since what, 2000?
Early 2000s, late 90s, I think was the last time you saw a demo disc going around.
That sounds right.
Yeah, especially like, oh well, it wasn't McDonald's, but like it was like
Oh god,
some
those
magazines,
games.
like gaming magazines, where it's just like 200 games.
Yeah, though they used to send it out if you were subscribed to them, you'd get a demo disc like inside the magazine. You couldn't bend
Yeah.
those things; you break the disc.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to Tekken 8. I love this game. It's the entire reason I ended up falling in love with fighting games. Like the story, don't get me wrong, it's going to be garbage. This new story is still going to be garbage, but the gameplay promises to be really fun. And there's a demo out for it, and I don't much care for it. I feel like they really should have let me fight other people, not locally, because that would mean I'd have to go to San Francisco to play this with the group of people that I mess with usually. But the ghost battles in it are nice. I've gotten a feel for it at least, and despite only being 4 characters, it gives me something to look forward to. I just can't wait to get my hands on Brian since Anna's not in the game.
Such
my sorrow.
basic names for characters out of
Look,
any
I
game
know.
from the East.
I know. I could be playing as Law. I could be playing as Jin. I could be playing as Kazuya. No, I play as Brian and Anna. These are the 2 characters I play as. And no, I won't play as Nina. Nina and Anna aren't actually very similar.
It's funny, Tekken, like around the area I grew up in, did not have a huge presence. Like I remember when I worked retail at GameStop, there was so many copies of so many different Tekkens just sitting around. Nobody ever picked up Tekken. I think I saw more people pick up Dead or Alive than I did see them pick up Tekken. It's
Titty.
mostly Smash and Mortal Kombat around here, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like Smash and Mortal Kombat are, well, Smash is big,
The
period.
classics.
Mortal Kombat is an
Yep.
American fighting game. So you had the upside
Yep.
of having really good American commercials instead of having to maybe find a JP commercial for Tekken, or maybe they had a couple of American ones that I just never saw. But
No idea on that.
it makes sense. Like Mortal Kombat had a lot of hype around it when it came out. Like Tekken was one of those things that I didn't hear about until the Tekken 2 demo. Never heard about it. Yeah, but I was lucky. I had a couple of people around me on the island I was living on to play it. Otherwise, I was going to be real out of luck. And when I moved up to the States, I moved into a city where I had enough people I could play with. A lot of those people have left now, which fair enough, that's what happens with life. But now we have online, so I get to continue. Now I get to spread the good word of the best 3D fighting game. Play it. It's really good.
No, I mean,
do it.
It's got very like recognizable characters. Like even with a like lower fandom where I'm from, I recognize the characters really quickly. I'm like, oh, that's Tekken. Yeah.
Yep.
So, I mean, I don't know. I've never been big on fighting games, period. And the ones that I was pretty actively playing for the most part were anime fighters. Like
Yeah, Air Dashers.
Yeah, like I mean I played Mortal Kombat and Soul Calibur, but otherwise it was all anime fighters. To which at the Game Awards they revealed the spiritual successor to Budokai in Sparking Zero,
they
and
did.
that's really cool. Very
Yeah, they
excited to
did.
get back into that.
I remember putting a lot of time in middle school and high school into the Budokai games with my boy Will.
Yeah, it was me and my cousin doing it, and it was just a lot of fights on Budokai in good times, very much good times. But Tekken 8 is an exciting thing. I keep thinking that game's already out.
Understandable. Like, absolutely understandable. We've been slow dripped characters for like 10 months. It's appeared at like every big fighting game show and gaming convention. So yeah, there's been a surprising amount of gameplay, a surprising amount of people playing the game for it not being out. And somehow I've managed to miss every single beta. It's fine.
Unfortunate.
It's fine. It's fine. I just have to wait a couple of weeks. And it's mine. It's cool.
Yeah, just
Yeah, but like,
just
by the
wait,
time this
bro.
episode
It's
comes
fine.
out, you will be playing Tekken 8. So I mean, if you think about it that way,
Yeah. So I'm complaining now, but I'm also in this moment playing Tekken 8.
so
Yeah, that's true.
so it's only a few weeks out from when we're recording, and
Yeah,
there
it
has
comes
been
out,
a demo. There's a demo, you said.
Yeah, it comes out on the 26th of January. There's been a demo out for a couple of days at this point, and there will be it'll be out on. Oh, sorry, the demo will be out on everything but Switch. So, get your hands on it.
So it looks and feels good from what you've seen in that, right?
It looks so good. Man, Tekken 7 was like a 10, 12-year-old game? Like we've had it on consoles for like 8 years, but it lived in an arcade for years before that. So it's fine for me. I don't really care about the graphics like that, but if you did, Tekken 7 did kind of look old. And now, man, I've never seen these characters look this good. This is such a big jump.
Yeah. Yeah, Tekken 8 is using Unreal Engine 5, right?
Yes, I believe it is. It's
That
certainly
would
using
explain it why it
Unreal.
looks so fucking good.
I mean, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Unreal does so much work, or at least it allows the devs to do so much work. It's not like you can just plug anything into it.
Yeah, exactly right.
But like this Tekken 8 is, God, it looks so nice. I'm still stunned that their debut roster is 32 characters. I don't even know if this will make sense to the two of you, but fighting games don't do that. Like Tekken's done it before, but no one thought that going to a new engine and having to rework all of this information, that it was going to be launching with the same amount of characters as like the last game ended with. That's
Yeah, no,
bizarre.
That's a lot. That's pretty insane.
That's a bit strange.
Yeah.
Like I've played enough of Mortal Kombat and Soul Calibur to say that that's kind of strange.
Yeah, like rosters usually get to be 18 characters, sure. Tekken casually, and we're going to launch with double that. By the end, we'll have like 40 characters, whatever. It'll be fine. What even is balance anyway? You all find it hard enough just to play this game. So
I think it's a great idea. Bunch of characters, love variety. So,
I love this.
so much.
And furthermore, customization for those characters. So it's going to be great. And there's going to be... And honestly, Tekken 8 is going to be really great in this sense as well. You have ranked for the sweats. You have the player matches for me and the sweats. You have like just normal matches where nothing matters for anyone who wants to be competitive but doesn't want to see number go up and down. And you have...
That's also for the
and,
sweats.
You know, the sweats. And you have an offline mode where you fight ghosts. You fight like CPU.
That's also for the sweats, for practicing.
Kind of. But mostly, like, this is going to be like the arcade mode. Like, it's not story. I mean, there is a story to it, but it's not like story driven.
Yeah.
Like, this is where you go in, you can just play forever against the ghosts of other competitors. And there's nothing that matters. There is nothing to sweat over. You just go in, hammer buttons. This game looks pretty as hell, so do some really cool things and enjoy it. Not to mention, they're bringing back Tekken Ball. Yeah. I haven't seen that since what, Tekken Tag? But before that, it was like Tekken 3. I'm super pleased. Maybe we'll get an online Tekken Ball.
Is that Tekken Ball?
Tekken Ball is
that a Smash Ball?
So it's like volleyball, but after a point, that ball's gonna kill you.
Oh, so like Dead or Alive beach volleyball.
Okay.
No. It's not actually volleyball. Have you ever played Lethal League? It's kind of like that, actually.
I'm familiar with it.
Yeah, it's like Dangerous Pong. It's Dangerous Pong.
Right.
The ball has a hitbox.
Danger Pong.
Oh God.
So I'm looking forward to see everything they bring. I was really looking forward to Tekken Force. Didn't make it back. A little sad about that, but I'm still pleased with what it is.
So my
R.I.P..
actual round robin pick that I'm throwing in to talk about that I'm excited about is similar to one we mentioned, and that's Light No Fire. It's the new game from the developers of No Man's Sky.
Yeah, Mr. Sean Murray's game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it sure is.
it should be fun if he doesn't open his fucking mouth.
Too late.
Oh,
I remember seeing, like, I think it was the day after the Game Awards. Like, I think it was him that posted it. Like, it was a message sent to him, like, hey, just remember, don't overpromise on all of these things or this or that. And he was just like, well, crap.
What did he do at TGA?
He overpromised a lot of stuff.
To be fair, it wasn't as much as like No Man's Sky, thankfully. But as soon as he started to open his mouth after the usual first minute of saying what the game is, and then he started like saying details about the game, I'm just like, Murray, shut the fuck up, zip it, just stay quiet, just don't say anymore. We're done here. Move on. Just don't talk.
It felt like even Jeff was just like, all right, hey, you maybe stop there. Maybe stop there.
Oh, man.
It, I will say, like, I, of course, was interested when he originally talked about No Man's Sky and it was, like, first being talked about. I was like, that's interesting. I'm intrigued, though I never actually ended up playing No Man's Sky, and it, at launch, was not anything to talk about, though it got a lot of updates and is very well received now. I would like to think that experience has taught them, and this will be a lot better. And that being said, this concept is way more interesting to me.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, a more grounded No Man's Sky. It should be called No Man's Land, honestly. But yeah.
I'm going to lead with I didn't believe Sean Murray's bullshit the first time, so I never fell for that. I waited until that game was well and truly fixed before I even picked it up on Game Pass.
Hell yeah.
Because the things he was saying genuinely didn't sound like they could happen. And the stuff he was showing looked great, but it looked like they built it specially for that.
A vertical slice.
Now,
I just love vertical slices.
Issue here with Like No Fire is I'm getting a lot of the same feelings. However, the reason why I'm less likely to think that this is a bait and switch is because they do have, like, the last, God, how long has it been? They have all of that development time. They've learned all of this stuff. Sean Murray clearly hasn't learned how to, speak, but the development team would know now how to put together a procedurally generated, fun, exciting sim.
Yeah, exactly right.
So, I genuinely think that it's very possible that it will be getting a very solid game on release. And there's a lot in this game. You have a host of different races. I've seen rabbit people, I've seen otter people, I've seen various sizes of normal folk.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Yeah, the amount of customization I've seen has been absolutely nuts.
Like, there's the scene where they're all getting on their mounts to fly, and, like, some people are getting on giant, like, finches and sparrows, and one person's getting on a dragon, and they're just flying up and then through this mountain range, and you can kind of see off in the distance before the screen, like, fades to something else. A castle or building or something, like, on a floating island, and I don't know if that was something that was generated to explore, or if that was something somebody built. I hope that's something somebody built, because I would love to build, like, just this huge floating city up in the sky somewhere in the world.
Castle in the sky.
So I ended up rewatching the trailer. I'm pretty sure that's a player built thing. It doesn't look big enough to be a big explorable venue. It looks like someone just found some floating islands and was like, no, this is my castle now.
Hell yeah. If that is possible,
I'm gonna build
that's awesome.
right here.
Like, I'm a sucker for these, like, really what I want to call relaxing, just explore and build survival games.
For sure.
Minecraft, Ark, The most recent
Lego.
poison of choice is Lego Fortnite, because Legos are cool and you can fight me on that. But I love Legos. So, and it's a really fun and enjoyable and relaxing thing to me. And I love those kind of games. And this looks so interesting, so fascinating because the world looks interesting. The things you can discover and explore look interesting. The level of diversity looks interesting. There's just a lot of interesting here that has my attention. And I would love something of this really grand scale in that like genre of games.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
promise of this game is insane, and I really hope that this is just isn't trailer magic. Hello Games is going to have to put out gameplay updates, not for when the game releases, but as the advertisement cycle goes on. A big thing they could do to really sell people like me who do not trust the company is just show people playing the game. Don't no trailer magic. Don't have anyone do that weird thing that they do where you script them. Just play the game.
Hello Games. Information's below. Reach out to me. I will definitely test your game for you.
So what you're
Also
asking,
that,
Dolan, is a
yeah.
closed beta or an open beta test?
Well, no. I mean, yes, they should definitely do that. But what I wanted was just like have the devs play. Like I want to see the game in motion running without it being cut together. Because their cuts look amazing. Their cuts look really fun.
Yeah. I don't know. That I think the reason why I don't want to say I have a problem, but like I sort of disagree is usually because they would just do a vertical slice fucking gameplay whenever they show it off. So it's kind of like I agree with you. Like just boot it up, play the fucking game, and show it to us. But I can't trust the devs to do just simply that, even though it's so fucking simple to do. It's weird.
I don't have that hang up. Guys, if you do it, you'll win me over because there's a lot about that game that I like. Matthew, there's a lot there that I would like.
Yeah, I think it will win a lot of people over if they just simply do that. If they can convince Dollar, they can convince fucking anyone, honestly.
That said, I think this is the kind of game that would benefit from a beta. Just any kind of MMO type of thing.
Yeah.
It's not even to test qualities of the game in terms of like cosmetics. No. I just do a network test.
Yeah.
Let people come in, let people goof off, do whatever they want to do. It doesn't matter.
And see if your servers run it, and if you don't have servers and you're letting people host their own, then yeah.
Yeah, and that is the question there. Not kind of hit on it. How are they doing this as like, from what I understand, No Man's Sky was kind of like a server-based thing. Like there was just a big server that a bunch of people played on, and it was just you could run into people randomly as well as invite your friends over to play and like meet up. Is it gonna go that route of you just have no control over the world you're in and what server you're in with people, or do you create the Minecraft way of doing things of you create a world and that's your world and you can invite your friends into your world to explore and to play, or you can do it by yourself or whatever. Like that's something that I feel should be made clear sooner rather than later, because that does affect the level of interest as well as like the audience it's catered to in a certain degree. Because
I'm not sure that hasn't already been answered though.
It may have,
because you can play with your friends specifically in No Man's Sky.
Right.
So I don't think they're gonna do like brand new server seeds every time. I assume there is a world that exists. There's many worlds that exists, and you just kind of get phased into one every now and again. But if you elect to play with a certain group of people, you're all moved together.
So, and that brings about like a little bit of an issue with this style of game. It worked in favor of No Man's Sky, right? because of
Didn't.
in
wonder.
the scale of No Man's Sky kind of it worked in their favor, I would say, because there's just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of planets. Supposedly, I never actually got around to playing it. But with just a single world, you know, no matter how big those worlds are, eventually things will get explored before you get to them, and that takes away your what's the word I'm looking for?
Exploration, you'll
Yeah, like
No,
kind of your
it takes
excitement
away
to
the
the
novelty of the world because you're
novelty.
not
That's the word.
discovering
Yeah,
things.
you're not the one
Yeah.
discovering it. You're not like, you go to this place and it's like, oh, it's really cool. Maybe I can build like my own little fort or town here or whatever.
Right.
But somebody else found it first and they've already built something here. So, okay, well, I can't do that. So if it's one world, like that a bunch of people are on randomly, you run that risk of things happening.
rust.
Whereas it's different if it's, a seed, a world you create, and your friends can come in or you can share it or whatever in that instance. Like, I would love to have a world that's set aside for, like us in my Discord.
Agreed. I'd much rather have a Minecraft than
A rust server, yeah.
And no matter how big they make this, and they say it's going to be big, it's still one world, so it's entirely possible for that to be, like a seed, like a thing that can be generated, right? So, I don't know, I feel like it would be better if they did it that way. I think.
Minecraft, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm in agreements. Yeah, the last thing you really want is just experience the usual Rust experience. New player plays Rust. You go into a server or world or fucking whatever they use, and then just instantly get gunned down by like the clan who's like taking over the entire fucking server.
Yeah, I mean, Rust has the benefit of if you I think if you have to pay for it, but you can host your own server on Rust and
Yeah.
stuff. So
Yeah.
So at least they have that option. So I mean, if the game has that option, then that's fine because technically you have the ability then to just make that private world for you and your friends or whatever. But yeah, that is a game I am very interested in and my eyes are on. I hope they aren't talking bigger than they can deliver in this instance, like unlike last time.
Oh, Sean Murray definitely is. As for the rest of the dev team, I have no idea. I mean, they probably have fucking duct tape over their mouths, honestly.
So Nat, you get the next round robin.
All right. Mecha fans, I hope you're fucking excited because my pick is Mecha Break. Giant fucking mechs with swords and guns just killing other giant mechs with swords and guns. And it looks fucking good. Now, a couple hours ago, I did take a look at the trailer again because I wanted to have it fresh in my mind. It seems to be both PvE and PvP, maybe like two different modes. Because obviously there's like this giant ass fucking mecha, right? That seems to be like a PvE boss of some kind. And then the majority seems to be like, the like PvP aspect of the game, right? So if it has both, then that's fucking great. So yeah. It looks good.
Yeah, I think there's a story mode. I didn't look beforehand like I should have, but I think there was something on the Steam page for it that made it seem like there was some kind of like story PvE element to it.
All right,
So-
sweet.
I didn't get much from either the trailer, and I haven't looked up anything after the fact. It just looks like cool mechas doing cool mecha things, and
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
kinda
no,
here for that.
exactly.
Yeah, I could have swore this was a Gundam game when they started the trailer.
100%.
Like
I was like, I have
100%.
no idea which units these are. Is this a new time? Oh no, it's not Gundam. Fair. Okay.
Yeah, I was just like, this is Gundam. I'm like, cool, we're getting a Gundam game at the Game Awards? That's awesome. It's not Gundam.
Nope. It's its
It is
own
very
thing.
anime, though.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
You learn that very quickly if you open up the Steam page, even if the trailer didn't already make that clear.
Yeah.
I find it funny because Armored Core 6 did nothing for me. I had like zero interest looking at that game coming up to it. And I was just like, okay, sure, whatever. I see the like few seconds of this trailer, and I'm like, I'm sold. I'm here. This looks awesome.
Oh yeah,
I'm
no,
so
absolutely
for
agree.
it, and I'm boiling that down to anime. It's the anime factor that's just won me over.
Well, like, that as well, but like, again, looking at the trailer, I'm just like, I'm more specifically looking at the melee combo because you see in the trailer that like you can use both gun and melee, or you can just be primarily melee, right? It seems I don't know if there is animation canceling in this game, but there is definitely animation canceling at the tail end of your swing, which is very fucking interesting. So
Mm-hmm.
that's going to be very interesting for pro players, and getting and being
Well,
able
let's hold on.
to well,
Let's not
well,
assume. Let's not even assume there's going to be a pro thing.
okay.
Because
Well, if
because
there's going to be PvP, then yeah.
we don't necessarily know that there will be actually, right? To my knowledge, as
I
far as we're aware, I saw a bunch. I saw a really nice trailer, and then there was like an alpha test request that still looked very PvP.
I look, I'm just throwing it out there. If it does have PvP, it's gonna be animation canceling is gonna be very fucking interesting because
I hope there is. Like, I think Armored Core showed off the renewed interest in like a proper like a PvP mech game. I think that'd be grand.
Yeah, it would definitely be cool to see this be something that had its own little division of like esports stuff or whatever, like its
oh
own professional.
I don't know. Let's not bring
So this is the
sports into
thing. This is
this.
why I wanted to stop on professional. Professional implies something. I don't think the mecha genre is has enough backing to get a
Sorry,
paid
okay, I
player.
shouldn't have used the word pros. I should have used the proper term that I somehow forgot.
Sweat.
Then remember, sweat. Exactly. The sweat
Yeah.
is going to be the sweat's going to have an interesting time with this animation canceling compared to just the casuals. So yeah, I misspoke. I am
Fair.
sorry. I did not mean to say professionals. I meant to say sweats.
I mean, even then, I still find it would be interesting to see Mecha get its own, some kind of Mecha based game getting its own professional league, akin to like how fighting games or shooters have professional leagues. That would be just really kind of cool in its own little way.
I would
All I have
like
to
it
do
as
is get
well,
people interested
but
in putting money down for a tournament. Until then, though, have either of you signed up for the alpha?
wait, there's an
I
alpha.
Yeah, I missed that,
What
so
the?
I did not know. So no, I have not.
Okay, I guess
I
I'm
have
not,
not.
in fact, the least informed.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know much about this, but I do know there is an alpha. I don't know what the alpha is for. I don't know what they're testing. I just know that it exists.
That's interesting. They want an alpha, not a beta.
Well, I mean, this is where they are in development.
Yeah, I guess, but like, I don't know. But like, if they're just doing
I
yep.
probably won't sign up because while I am interested, it is one of those games that I'm gonna wait to see when it comes out, what I think of it then, how it looks then, and then
Sure.
I'll try it. Because as much as I am interested, because I am, it's mecha is a kind of niche thing for me. I like there's not a lot of mecha that I like, but there is some that I like. A few Gundams, a few other anime, and that's really about it. Not my go-to cup of tea, but so I'm gonna wait for it to come out before I really get my hands on it. Is my intent.
Fair.
Yeah, yeah, I think I'm gonna semi echo Matt. I think I'm gonna, since I only just like 2 minutes learned that there was gonna be an alpha. I think I'm gonna miss this one and maybe do like a maybe beta or just simply wait till the official release of the game.
Fair enough. You just sounded so excited. I wasn't sure if you'd want to know or not.
Oh yeah, no. Learning that it's having an alpha, I'm just like, oh, okay, they're actually like being serious about player feedback because I'm assuming it is. I'm assuming that it is going to be more PvP focused when the PvE is like the story mode is done is essentially what's going to happen, right?
Could be.
Yeah,
Makes sense. That would definitely be something worth testing.
exactly.
We did already have one mecha PvP game launch and die in this last year. So
Oh, what was that?
there was a Gundam game that came out at the beginning of the year that shut down like a month ago.
Oh,
Yeah, Gundam
uh,
Evolution is a wild. It's there's no reason for it to shut down. I'm just gonna start it there. Gundam
Yeah.
Evolution was a. People are gonna hate me for this. It was an Overwatch like. You picked a suit. The suit gave you different abilities. You couldn't switch until you died. You were either playing King of the Hill or another mission-based map. This wasn't a free-for-all gunfight. Like it was Overwatch. It was Overwatch with Gundams,
Yeah.
and they shut the. No, you say that Overwatch is a great game. Blizzard is a shitty company.
Ugh.
So,
But yeah, sorry, go on.
they put out a bunch of mechs no one was interested in. They didn't balance the game well enough for the ranked modes,
Yeah.
and the updates that they did put in didn't seem to help. Also, their monetization was absolutely garbage.
Oh, of course.
So it's like I said, this was Overwatch, but Gundam.
Yeah.
It looked interesting. I never actually got around to trying it out before it was shut down. So
I played it.
Yeah.
It was fine. It was
so
fine.
I mean there is a place for a mecha PvP game, and I hope this one handles things much better than that one did, to say the least.
Oh, fair, yeah.
It's slated. It doesn't have a release yet, right?
Yeah, if it's an alpha, they don't have a release date.
Oh god.
They probably don't even have a release here.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. So it'll be interesting to see more on that probably in this upcoming year at either SGF, with Tokyo Game Show or something like that. So
Yep.
we'll see.
All right, Dolit. You're up next. What do you got?
Oh, it is back to me. Yeah, so another game I'm super excited for comes out on August 20th. We've been following this game for what feels like an eternity now. I'm looking forward to Black Myth Wukong.
Yeah, speaking of eternity, Rukon's also fucking eternal, so hey. See what you did there.
Yeah, he's immortal.
Oh my goodness.
Wasn't my aim, but fair enough. You're not wrong. I am going to say, because I know someone other than me knows this, yeah, I know the studio is in the midst of a very, very serious allegation of misogyny and sexism in the workplace. And I know the game science founder, Feng Ji, is being super antagonistic and kind of a piece of shit, both professionally and personally. He's making it really difficult to support this. However, I've also been following this for, again, what feels like an eternity. I've been excited since day one. So I'm sorry, but I'm super excited about this game. This game looks so good.
Oh, yeah, it does. Oh, just the...
I can't get over how good this game looks. This game looks like a movie.
Yeah.
It looks so good, yeah.
The graphics and just the art style of it, it's so fucking good.
I'm trying to figure out how they missed the Uncanny Valley, because I feel like that would have been really easy to fall squarely into with as weird as some of these designs were.
There's some wild designs, and you'd think it would really be strange to look at, but somehow they make it all look just really well done, and it's impressive. I watched the trailer from TGA's. I was just like, that's wild looking, but it's not uncanny wild. It's just wild.
It's
no, it looks fantastic.
It's very
folks got
mythical.
hands-on. God. Folks got hands-on with this not too long ago, which I didn't know until recently. And they've played through this game, and they showed gameplay. So it is a game.
Oh my god.
There's a piece of me that's a little surprised about that, because the way this game looks. But this is a real game
That's
that
fair.
you can play. It's going to be mission based, so it's not like a big open world.
Oh, so it's Neo.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm so thankful. I'm so burnt out on open worlds right now.
Oh, really?
That's very fair.
Like,
That's
I'm
fair.
super fucking burnt out on open worlds.
I wasn't entirely too sure if this was going to be like Sekiro-esque or Neo-esque, but knowing that it is mission based, I'm like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's fine, I guess.
It looks like things are built to purpose, so the reason why everything probably does look as good as it is because they don't need to have that repeat 16 times in the world.
Yes, exactly right.
These are lovingly handcrafted, and I can't imagine how much it costs to make this game.
Oh,
I genuinely don't know how they're going to make the money back, even if this is a bestseller. But also, you know what? Doesn't matter because I'm going to buy it. They're going to get $60 off me, or 70 or however.
No, there's gonna be 70. Yeah.
Yeah, however much it's going to cost.
It's really cool. I mean, how can you not be excited about Journey to the West? Journey to the West is one of the most popular, like, classic fiction stories or whatever, however you want to word that. I mean, it's such a good story on top of that. So that's just awesome. It's a game based on Journey to the West. Love that.
I wonder if it is though.
Well, okay, maybe it's not.
It doesn't necessarily need to be Journey of the West if it's Wukong. This might be his time before Sanzo, where he's a big dickhead. Might be his time after Sanzo,
where he's still he's still a fucking dickhead, but immortal now.
Yeah, but he's trying to be, better.
Better, yeah.
Well, I mean,
yeah. But like,
I mean, generally, you just refer to everything Wukong Journey to the West, though I guess not. It's not necessarily the story.
Oh, sure.
West.
I see.
Yeah, like that's, I don't know, that's a bad habit that and I'm sure many people on the internet have. So no, maybe not necessarily the story Journey to the West itself, but just the stories of Wukong all just kind of get grouped together with that title.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Like I said, bad habit. But it's also this, Chinese, Southeast Asian, like, cultural game that you don't see many of that I'm aware of that make it into, like, mainstream media. I think the closest we got was Samurai Warriors, or is that Dynasty Warriors? There it is, Dynasty Warriors.
Oh, you talk about like the setting and it's not a very common setting. Dynasty Warriors easily has like the lion's share of games in the West that revolve around it. Wolong Fallen Dynasty recently came out. That's another one based around the Three Kingdoms. So yeah, it is nice to see more of this. I think this one is special because it's part of, was it Sony's? I think it's a Sony-led Superstar China. They're specifically trying to pick up Chinese studios so that they can put out these really high-class games and, not just steal a bunch of IPs from the West and remake them for themselves.
Right.
And we know for a fact from years and years and years that China has had the development teams that could put out bangers. And whilst they all haven't been used for the most noble purposes, it's nice to see them getting it now. For me, growing up, the same uncle that got me Tekken and the demo disc, we would often on the weekends run down to the local DVD store and just get a bunch of Chopsaki films. I've loved a bunch of the old Chinese dramas, all the martial arts movies, the wuxia films.
Oh yeah,
I've liked that longer than I've liked anything from Japan. So like this is going to be somewhat nostalgic to me, chilling on my uncle's couch on the weekends while we watched the old Chinese flicks after the Chelsea game.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of movies like that as well. I do very much enjoy it as well. Recently, I've been reading a lot of like Chinese like manhwa, so
yeah.
I've seen a lot of themes in that as well. So seeing it in the game form is really cool. Very excited to
super
see where this goes.
I hope they can get past whatever the game science founders tarnished their reputation with. I'd like to see this game do well. I would like to see not only more from this studio, but I would actually like to see China be able to get into this and cause competition in in the industry, because I think we'd
Yeah.
see a lot of people step up. The downside to this is I have no idea what working conditions are like over there, and that may not be for the best.
Yeah.
But overall, I am, with a little bit of guilt, super fucking excited.
I am in 100% agreement with you, Dolet, so you're not alone.
Yeah,
Nice.
agree. Also excited. Very excited.
All right, Matthew.
That's me. So, yeah, Matt, you're up. What do you got for us?
So this one might be one of the things I'm most excited for out of all of my picks and things on this list.
God. Not even Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Wow.
Yeah,
What is it, Matthew?
I'm bringing up Exodus, which we've seen for the first time at the Game Awards.
Refresh my memory. I'm struggling to remember this by name.
So the trailer was the one where the guy like got separated from his partner, and when he escapes, it's been like 1,000 or 10,000 years, and she's gone, and he finds out by a video message afterwards, that she was in love with him like he was with her or whatever. Like that was the trailer
game.
Yeah, the one that the Matthew McConaughey came out and talked about.
Was he even in this trailer, by the way?
Right.
He said he was. I did not hear a character with his voice in there, but I'm not good at placing voices. That would be all you.
I don't remember either, if I'm honest. But yeah, I remember thinking, didn't you just do Interstellar? I guess I would have grabbed you for this game too. That's fair.
So it's not because of Matthew McConaughey that I'm excited.
Well, yeah. No, that was just
the trailer. Now the trailer was really cool. I'll admit, I was intrigued by the trailer and what that showed. And I'm like, okay, this is interesting. And it was said, I don't remember if it was said at the event or if it was something I read immediately after the event. The team that's making this, which the name escapes me right now, is got a lot of former BioWare devs and people in it. BioWare being famous for their science fiction RPG Mass Effect.
Oh my god.
I'm a huge Mass Effect fan. Oh my goodness, am I a huge Mass Effect fan. And this just gave me so many Mass Effect vibes even before I knew it was from people that were connected or semi-related to that. And I'm just like, please, let this be the return of a really good Mass Effect-esque science fiction RPG game. It looked really good. It looked really exciting. And I'm just like, please be something good. I loved Mass Effect. I thought Mass Effect was really good. I realized that because of Andromeda, though I never played Andromeda, I kind of killed that IP unintentionally or intentionally. Yeah. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was unintentionally. So fine, give me a fresh new space fantasy setting and let me dive into it and let me see the storytelling. And world building is a weird term when it's space and multiple worlds, but world building and
space building.
Yeah, and RPG elements. And I'm so excited for this. Like I'm pumped. It looked so interesting when I watched the trailer. Finding out people that were at BioWare are involved in this now. I'm hoping this is the renaissance of a Mass Effect style game.
Yeah, that'd be great, especially after the false starts Mass Effect has had currently, and just BioWare not having been BioWare for a while now.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
No, like legitimately, I'm not even saying that strictly speaking to be mean because they've put out a bunch of shit games. It's mostly just because genuinely BioWare isn't BioWare anymore. A lot of those people left years ago.
Yeah, they did.
So
I think there is a Mass Effect game in development.
There is.
Short.
But it's been in development for a long time. And every time it comes up, it's like they just show pictures of them working on it. But I'm pretty sure it's the same pictures every time. And I'm wondering if this game is actually in development. I'm wondering if this isn't just a Skull and Bones situation of, we're in development. We're not actually working on it yet.
Yeah, you don't want to hear that.
Start the project, but don't actually officially start it. Just say you started on paper. They'll keep the higher-ups, the boss, and the people happy. Yep.
Yeah, and I mean, it's kind of like what Bethesda did with announcing 2 titles when you're only going to actually work on
Oh my
one of them at a time.
Bro, can we please,
What
for
an
the love of God,
awful
get
idea.
Elder Scrolls 6 already? Like, I'm over it.
No, hear me out. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm
Quick
here. I'm
tangent.
here.
Quick
Okay,
tangent.
I'm here.
I want Elder Scrolls 6 to take another 7 years because I
Okay, why
want
is
them
that?
off that fucking creation engine.
I agree with you. Now that you've said it, yes, I agree. Fucking please, for the love of God, use another engine.
Starfield taught me a couple of things about Bethesda.
Ooh.
They are going to continue making the same game over and over again.
Uh-huh.
I don't even necessarily know that a shift in the engine is going to change that, but it would be something. That's all I'm saying. That's my quick tangent.
Yeah, okay, no, that's fair.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I don't know. I find their game formula entertaining, and my favorite form of it is the fantasy version in Elder Scrolls. So I'm not too opposed to another one of those, as long as it's just something new to do. Because even with mods,
yeah, sure.
I've played through Skyrim so many times. Something new to do. But that's fantasy. This is science fiction, potentially science fantasy, going off some story beats. The trailer kind of hinted at.
I would bet on science fantasy for sure.
Yeah, but it looks so good, and I want something to scratch that Mass Effect itch. I mean, I've been tempted to go do a replay of Mass Effect, and I probably will sometime in the next. Actually, probably not the next few months, because the next few months are kind of wild. But sometime over the next year, I will probably do a Mass Effect replay through. But I loved that series. This is some of the original BioWare devs that did projects like Mass Effect, and I believe, I think it's the same teams with Mass Effect and Dragon Age. So seeing those people making a new game, not all of them, but some of them at least, is a lot of hope. I'm super excited. I really, really want this to be good.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that space.
Fair.
Yeah, so.
All right.
But I think we can wrap this up by talking about the one game we've kind of skirted around a few times.
We have
and is obviously the game we are all most excited for, and apparently so is the rest of the world because it won the award, and that's Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Hey.
So good.
The multiple trailers that have been coming out with Rebirth specifically looks fucking great. Oh, so good, especially the latest ones. The latest one, I should say. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm really perplexed why at the Game Awards they decided to do the musical sequence and not show the trailer as well, instead of the musical sequence with like half of the trailer not being seen because you were watching the musical sequence. Not that the musical sequence was bad. It was really
great.
good.
Yeah, it was fucking great.
Yeah.
But it's just like, that was a weird way to do it. I'm not gonna lie.
But yeah, half the trailer was fucking missing during that, so it was kind of like...
I didn't even know... I figured that was just some bonus footage they played in the background.
Yeah,
I was watching it at the Game Awards. I didn't find out until like the next day that they actually did have another trailer they put out. Then, at that.
So I was going to after the TGA, I was like, all right, let's dissect this trailer, right? So I was looking throughout the fucking like Twitch VOD for it, right? And I'm like, you know what? I just looked this up on YouTube. I look it up on Tuesday on YouTube. There's the full trailer, and I'm just like, wait, what? Wait, when did this come out? And it's like 40 minutes ago, and I'm like, wait, there's a full trailer for this? And then I spent like an entire hour like dissecting like every single fucking frame of that trailer. So yeah, it was an odd choice to show half of it, but the performance itself was, as we've all agreed on, pretty fucking good.
I'm gonna be honest. I saw the trailer immediately after the TGAs.
Oh, did you?
I immediately just went. I just went and looked it up. It was immediately there. It had been up for so long at that point. I'm so excited. I don't know if I've said this before. I have a very, very colored history with Final Fantasy VII. Matt, you'll understand this. You'll understand this like intimately. I have never once had an issue with this game. I have had an immense issue with the fan base.
Yeah.
I like Final Fantasy games in general, and Final Fantasy VII fans for the longest time were unfucking bearable.
Oh yeah, no, preach, brother.
It's
Like,
just what it is,
honestly.
right?
Yeah.
But like, it is undeniable that 7 is a very good game. So I picked up Remake, and oh, that wasn't what I was expecting. And now they're going to do it in Rebirth. And Rebirth covers one of my favorite sections in this game, which has Dyne in it. And I can't wait to be emotionally destroyed by the end of that section.
Bro, it's going to be so fucking good. Both
Oh
Baron
man,
and Dyne.
I can already feel it. I can already feel it. I'm gonna be a weepy mess.
I can't wait for new dialogue and new scenes for both Baron and Dyne through that section. It is gonna be fucking great.
What are you talking about? The most exciting thing that in this section is the date with Barrett at the Gold Saucer. Come on now.
I'm kind of glad they confirmed that, but I wasn't entirely too sure if they were actually doing that and just forcing us with Cloud and Aerith. But yeah, so...
You know, I'm also curious of something. We have been presented the full roster of this game. We now have everyone that we're going to see in it. We've seen Vincent and we've seen Sid. So that's as far as we go. Everyone is together. Nope, everyone's together.
Unless
you're not wrong for saying that, honestly.
We may or may not get Rufus for like 10 minutes in like part 3 of the fucking game, all right?
Oh no, I'm talking specifically about part 2.
Oh, okay. Then yeah.
Yeah, we have seen, we even have a new key art with everyone on it now.
Yeah.
So we have the roster. That's spectacular. But that having the whole roster does in fact make the Gold Saucer very interesting. Now that we know we can date everyone.
Well, I mean, we don't know that they're all going to be there when we get to that point, right? Because in the original game, it was before you recruited everybody.
This is true.
We don't know if that's going to be the case here or not. So
this is certainly true.
We also don't know how that date scene's going to work in this one at all, because
that was the question. Yeah,
there's no continuation of like choices carrying over as far as we know. So it's like is going to be wholly based in that game, based off the things you do, most likely.
Yeah.
Better spend a whole lot of time with Barrett then.
I mean, it could just be a matter of picking somebody at some point.
Oh yeah, it could just simply be like, do you want to hang out with Aerith, Tifa, Barrett, fucking Yuffie, and all that?
Sure.
I mean,
I wouldn't be surprised. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I wouldn't be surprised if they treated like dressing up Cloud, where all of the decisions that you make in the Gold Saucer and only there are what get you your date partner.
Right.
Not like in the previous, not like in the base game where it was how often did you talk with them, and that up to the hidden emotional score. I wouldn't be surprised if you chose to do a couple of things at the Gold Saucer, like you, I don't know, palled around with Barrett and did cards or something, or if you actually went on the date with Aerith, if that would be what adds to that hit encounter that takes you on the gondola.
Yeah, something like that wouldn't hurt.
Does that mean we can date Red?
Oh, no, that's a good question.
Hold on now.
Hey, yo.
Can we date the dog?
Yeah, is Hershey onto something?
Oh god. You're not wrong there. Well played.
It's one of those things, like, we have the full roster now, the full like team for Final Fantasy VII with this game. It is sad to know that Vincent and Sid are those like guest spots like Red was at the end of Remake.
Yeah.
But even then, it's like, well, that just means 3, all the bigger, we're gonna have everybody from Go.
Yeah.
So
until we get
that's exciting.
Zack and fucking Rufus as party members.
That makes the third one all the more exciting just for that alone. And the fact that those 2 are even there is really cool. Though I'm gonna say, with every trailer and with everything that happened in Remake and everything we see going on in Rebirth, Are we sure they weren't lying to us when they said they're not changing the timeline story or anything? Because it feels like
Oh
they
no,
are.
they
Like, they're just
absolutely fucking are. I don't know why they're straight up lying to our faces. Like, come on.
So I don't know, because there's another option. And the
Oh.
option is there's a golden timeline that is mostly unchanged,
Right.
and there's the second timeline which is heavily changed. Like taking bets. When Sephiroth kills Aerith, if Sephiroth kills Aerith, what if she just wakes up in the other world where she's asleep? Marlene literally says she's been sleeping, and then someone's going to meet her, and then she'll wake up. What if our Aerith dies, and Zax wakes up?
Interesting. I hadn't considered that. That would be interesting. I would like to.
Just saying,
like
they
to see
have
that.
two timelines they can mess with. They can keep everyone happy by keeping the golden timeline the way it is,
Yeah.
and having a timeline that is fucked,
But
you get to experiment with it.
But Zack and Aerith would be
Zack
together.
lived. Exactly. Zack lives, and he gets his girl. I'm gonna be so happy. I don't know. So yeah, look, this is just my thoughts. I'm sure it's not just my thoughts. I'm sure like this is I have to assume this is a pretty common one, but that's my best guess.
Yeah.
I have no guess. I'm at this moment in time, my hands are up in the air, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna let you cook. I'm gonna let you do what you do.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I'm just gonna play through it, and you know what? I'm gonna enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, if you change the timeline and just change the timeline, and that's all you did, I don't care. That's fine. That's the remake timeline. Whatever. If I want the original, I can go play the original.
Yeah, the game is
the fucking original.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just watched Connor play through it all over the 3 days he played through, marathoned through it, and I was reminded that game is still amazingly fun. I would happily go back and play it, and it tells the story just fine to me, and I'm more than willing to go and re-experience it again in that form. It's a fun game.
Yeah,
So,
I want to.
if I want the original story, I'll go play that one, I guess. If they want to change the timeline, that's fine by me.
Exactly right. Yeah, I want to join fucking Kitase's wild rides of his remake bullshittery.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. But yeah, no, this game is just, it looks so good.
Oh yeah,
The combo attacks, just
Yeah.
everything going on in this game.
The Sephiroth and the Clouds combo attacks, that looks fucking awesome.
Okay, hold on. That one looks sus as fuck.
Oh, it very much does, because it's definitely
one looks
Sephiroth trying to
sus
kill
as
fucking Zack.
Like, why are you smiling? Like, what did Zack do that you're smiling? But then again, I guess I also have to remember Crisis Core, and that's back when Sephiroth was genuinely a joy to be around.
Yeah.
Yeah. He would very much just messing
and he
with
treated Zack very well.
Yeah, he treated Zack very well. Zack was like the first person outside of Angel and Genesis to befriend him. So, and just for him. So that was a cool relationship. It's a really cool little thing when you look at Crisis Core and 7 in the wider spectrum of that universe of the legacy of the Buster Sword and the people that owned it.
Yeah.
Like, Angel only knew Sephiroth as the hero. That was his friend, really. Yeah, that's all he knew him as. Zack knew him both as a hero and friend, but then also saw him become the villain and enemy. And then Cloud only ever really knew him as the villain and enemy because he had no interaction with him prior to that, really.
Yeah.
Well, not
so
that
it is a really cool, yeah. I mean, even when you play through his interaction is bare minimum. Grunt soldier following orders. There was no real connection there. So
yeah, there's no relationship. That's true.
Seeing that just kind of flow is really interesting and neat. I like that.
Everything revolves around Sephiroth. Technically,
yeah, it was. I don't remember where the art piece is. I want to say it's a Crisis Core art piece where you has Angeal on one side, Zack in the middle, and Cloud on the other side, all hand on the Buster Sword.
Yeah,
it's a really cool art piece. Yeah.
Oh, that one's actually super old. They might have retouched it up. I think we've seen that from. Oh God, from like the Advent Children era, right?
Ooh.
Yeah,
That was
I
like
think they
2006.
And they made it again, yeah.
Yeah, I think they remade it again because it's been circling around again.
Right.
And it just that made my brain
Maybe it
go
was
through
just
that
Crisis
same thought.
Core. I don't remember, but yeah, no, I know
Mhm.
exactly the picture you're talking about.
Yeah, but I'm so excited about this game, and I love this remake trilogy thing they're doing anyways. Like on top of the game being genuinely really fun and them making every character fun, I can't wait to see how the new characters are fun to play as.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I have every confidence they will be. Just polishing up things that weren't explained very well in the original title just because of it being so old.
Or just
Like,
straight up mistranslations, like fucking iron cutting sword instead of Zantetsuken.
oh,
Yeah.
well, I mean, not so much that, but yeah,
It was
like
simpler time that.
So
but it's like when you play the original, right, and then you got Advent Children as a movie, and everybody had their like Aerith memento ribbon. It felt a little strange because it's like, yeah, some of you didn't really know her that long.
True.
And when you played the game, the original game, it was like you never really saw Aerith interact with anyone but Cloud for the most part. Something the remakes have done that is very obvious to me is it showing everybody is growing to care about Aerith and her impact and role in all of their lives. And it's funny like how little like attention like the original game really gave to the characters early on and how beloved Aerith was in that situation.
yeah.
And then now seeing her in a position where she's actually really getting a lot of that light and love that she deserves. Because in the new trailer, you get some very heavy, like romantic-esque
Oh
scenes
my
between Cloud
God,
and Aerith.
that scene in the trailer. Yeah, I had a viewer in my
There's
chat. She was not happy. She was not happy about that scene, and I'm like,
Yeah, the Clouty fans are going to be a little miffed, but look, listen.
there is okay. Look, I've realized something here,
okay,
and this is partially because I recently watched through all of the original 7 again,
right.
and after seeing that trailer, so people can get as mad as they want. The canonical ending is Cloud ends up with Tifa. I'm sorry, it's
Just what it
literally
is.
in the
Well,
movie.
yeah,
That's
it's
what it
just
is.
what it
Yes.
That's who he ends up with. That's the girl he's had a crush on since he was a kid. Like that's just how it is. And yes, there is Aerith, but Aerith very much was in love with Zack. Very much had a relationship with Zack, and 90% of the reason she was attracted to Cloud at first was because he was literally reminding her note for note of Zack
Wonder
because that's who
why.
he thought he was. But the remake has made me realize something, and I realize it's not the remake making it up either. This is something that was very much in the original game. Cloud loved Aerith,
Yeah,
but
he does.
not just Cloud. Tifa loved Aerith. Barrett loved Aerith. Everybody loved Aerith. She was just a person that everybody just you couldn't know her for more than 5 seconds and not fall in love with this girl because she was just such a beautiful and pure soul of a person. She was incredible. They all loved Aerith. It's why in Advent Children they all had the memento ribbon like on their arms and stuff. Like that's they all cared about her. And you can say the remakes are giving that more attention for sure because they are.
Rightfully
They're,
so.
they're giving that more attention and making that more apparent. Yeah, Cloud in that scene definitely has a romantic moment. Cloud is very uncertain because at this point in time, the only time Cloud's ever felt romantic emotions is towards Tifa. Now there's somebody else in the picture, and he's probably a little confused. Yeah, who
Oh,
would
he's
be?
very much confused because like he's still like reeling from like Mako poisoning. Like it's a miracle that he's still fucking alive. So
Exactly.
it wouldn't be so it's not surprising that he has feelings for Aerith, whether it's like a confused thing or like something that Aerith just has other than being a Cetra, because possibly her being a Cetra might have some influence over that. But like it's there's some like genuine feelings between Cloud and Aerith, and that's why in the remake, Aerith straight up tells Cloud, "Do not fall in love with me."
Yeah, like it's. I mean, at the end of the day, Aerith still very much loves Zack, and Cloud very much is still in love with Tifa. But there are attachments between the two of them. But it's everybody grows to love Aerith, even in the short time they're with him, because that's just who she is. And this is something that was in the original game. You don't see it very much, but at the very end of the game, after you beat Sephiroth, there is a scene where Tifa and Cloud are like barely escaping the the crater.
Yeah.
After you beat Sephiroth, and Cloud says, "It's over. Let's go back to her." And Tifa's like, "Yeah, you're right. Let's return to her." Those are the words, paraphrased a little bit because I don't remember them exactly. And in the old school little chibi forms that they had, you can even see that, Tifa rests her head against Cloud and smiles.
Yeah.
As she says that, because Tifa, like Cloud and everybody else, loves Aerith. So people out there can get all heated however they want. There's a canonical way it plays out, but technically both sides are wrong and right because everybody loved her. Like all of us as fans, pretty much, excluding the people that are just really toxic and hateful. All of us as fans love Tifa, love Aerith.
Oh yeah, I love Tifa, but in a different way. But yeah. No, you're absolutely
That's getting
right,
really
man.
waxing poetic on it all, but it's just I love the attention that it brings to that and like the characters and stuff. And I'm excited for this game, and I'm excited to see what they do, and I'm excited to see more of the friendships and bonds and everything between the cast, especially with Yuffie in the mix. Oh my god, the chaos of Yuffie.
Goodness.
Oh my god, I am so excited to go to Rutine Rebirth. Wow. Man, I can't wait to deal with Yuffie's not bullshit.
None of y'all saw neither of y'all saw the Comic-Con panel? I think it was Comic-Con for 7.
No, I wouldn't have missed that one.
That's where they confirmed Mercer was voicing Vincent.
Oh, I literally saw a highlight of it then, because I did see him finally get to admit to it.
Oh yeah.
But no, I didn't see the panel itself.
There was a fun little back and forth between him and the girl that voices Yuffie.
Oh god.
Oh
god.
Where she was just like, he said something, and she was like, "Come and try me, old man." And he's like, "You don't want that to happen." And they just had a little banter back and forth, and I'm like, "Oh my god, I can't wait for this in the game."
It's gonna be great.
Like this level of banter is gonna be great.
Yeah, all I'm asking is Vincent just plays like Dojo Cerberus, and I'm completely happy with this remake.
Yeah, but we're like 5 years away from that being enough.
I'm asking is he plays nothing like Dirge Cerberus and is actually very fun. So yeah, we'll find that out in 5 years when we finally get remake, rebirth, revive.
Reunion.
Sure. Oh my god.
Wait, no.
That's already been used.
Took reunion.
Yep.
God damn it.
Yep. I'm going with revived because it's the only other word I can think of that works.
Yeah, we're gonna revive both Sephiroth and Aerith from death. So
God,
that's gonna be fun.
Everybody's revived.
Oh.
Yep. Except for Zack.
Final Fantasy VII Revival. There you go. We're predicting the third name here.
Hell yeah.
But guys, this has been a lot of fun just talking about all these games upcoming. There's a lot of really good games coming out. Like even we've been here for we've been here for a little over 2 hours talking about just all these upcoming games. We haven't even said every really fun or amazing looking game on the horizon. There are so many. I was looking right before we started recording at the list again, and I'm just like, dude, there's so many games.
Yep.
And then there's that one, whatever it is that Kojima's working on, but there's so many good games coming out.
Yeah, his movie's coming out real soon.
Oh, we're not adding another hour to this call.
No.
We're not.
Yeah, so Metal Gear Solid Delta and OD. Yeah, let's talk about that right now.
We're wrapping. This is it.
I will force me to.
Come on. Come on.
You guys, feel free to let us know what y'all are excited about over on Twitter in the comments below.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
just bring the conversation. Let us know in the comments below or over on Twitter with the hashtag AskCRP to let us know what you're excited about or your thoughts or things you want us to talk about, maybe more in depth in some of these things. Let us know. We're keeping an eye there, and hopefully we will pick your little topic or question.
yeah, like
So,
the MGS
yeah.
series. Let's talk about that for like 4
Well,
hours.
While you're over there, be sure to follow us on Twitter at Celestia Radio PD, and don't forget to share the podcast with your friends. Hit like, share it, get the word out, and yeah, we appreciate you all for listening through, and we will see you all in the next one.
Take care, everyone.
Be good.
Peace.
Bye-bye.